2K Sports pregame show.
That's right, it's here, the official start of the new NBA season. I'm Ernie Johnson, excited to be here once again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith for another go-around. Tonight, it's the Washington Wizards as they'll be playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking out Cleveland, they have the unenviable task of starting the new season on the road. It won't be an easy place to pick up win number one, as they'll be facing a tough environment and a team that wants to win this game as badly as they do. And here we are, opening night of the new NBA season. Every club at this point can be optimistic. Some teams just looking to make the playoffs, others with much higher aspirations, Kenny.
Yeah, well, some people would say that you can start with a clean slate. But then certain people are saying we're building off of last year. So this is a continuation. But whatever happened last year to some of those teams who didn't reach their goals, they just can wash it out and start. But there are certain teams saying, yes, we are who we were last year, and watch who we are this year.
You want to come out the gate strong. Ernie, I think we're in for an exciting year. And it was a pleasure seeing you in San Tropez on our vacation.
Yes.
That's a nice aqua machine you got.
It was very surprising to see you there, big fella, too.
I was
it
not
was memorable.
invited.
How'd you like my bathing suit, Ernie?
Well, let's get it to Kevin Harlan.
Center position at 7 foot 0 inches, number 33, D. At the shooting guard position, standing 6 foot 5, number 17, Mark Fitzgerald. At power forward, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 42, the Beast. Starting at the other guard, 6 feet 1 inches, number 3, Christian Carr. Starting at the other forward position, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 34, Hakeem. Your head coach.
This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. Battle in the Eastern Conference, this DC crowd hoping to watch their Wizards come out on top. Here, matched up against Cleveland, is how they'll kick off the new season. They were dominated last year, not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Cleveland, we've got Z. Prodigy is out there with Thompson. Then there's the General, and it's Jay in at the 2. And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Here's the General. That's tipped. In transition, here come the Wizards. They get the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
The dish now to Thompson. It's rebounded by Carr. Now the Wizards with it. Passes it to D. And now just over a minute played here in the first. 11 feet away. Almost, but it rolls out. So it's the Cavaliers now. Here's the general. Pass to Jay. The 15-footer. And the jumper is good.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D, because that clearly was a breakdown.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Here's Carr. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
The pass to the prodigy. The screen from Thompson. Shoots off the screen. Cannot hit. And Washington the other way now. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach David Black. He said they'll have to do a good job moving their feet on the defensive end, or they'll get dunked on all night. He told me that they are very aware of the slashers and finishers they're facing and will try to turn them into jump shooters. Let's see how successful they are, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Here's the general after the basket by Washington. 6 on the shot clock. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
And the shot is good.
In that height, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. 4-point game. Here's Z. And another miss by Cleveland.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
That drops.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Thompson outside. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see. A different look now for Cleveland. Thunder comes in for the prodigy. And Turner subbed in for the general. That free throw good from Thompson. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Down low. Power down with both hands.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
There's the pick. Z the pass to Jay. Just 5 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. From about 19 feet, misses off the right iron.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Rebound, Washington.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Turner passes to Burns. The screen from Thompson. They set the pick. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And he stops it. What a pass to set him up.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Wizards leading by 5.
Get ready to go, Wizard Girls!
Kevin, I got a chance now to look at where the Cavaliers ranked in the NBA last season. First in rebounding, first in steals. And also, they were in the top 10 when it came to fast break points. I mean, they weren't afraid to play the game at a fast pace and run a little bit.
And you touched on their rebounding, just prolific in that area. Tremendous energy and physicality when attacking the glass.
Feeds to Red. 1:02 left here in the first quarter. Good.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Turner passes to Z. To the middle. Here's Woods. An easy 2 points on the layup.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
So it's Washington now, leading by 5. Right wing, Red outside. The shot, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And the shot is good.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently, neither did the defenders.
Passes it to Little General. They set the pick. Jacks up a 3. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Pass to Z. And again, it's Cleveland.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Wizards lead by 4. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Wizards.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
We've got Carr. Z out there with the beast. That's Mr. Fundamentals. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. So it's the Cavaliers now, trailing by 4. Now the pass to Z. 5 on the clock. From the top of the key, and he hits the jumper for 2.
Number 1.
The Wizards shooting impressively throughout at 62%. Carr sets a screen. Passes to the beast. Goes up to the stripe. No good. And Cleveland the other way now. Here's the general. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. While we have a chance, let's take a look at the teams that led the NBA in rebounding last season. The Cavaliers, number 1.
They had such a strong presence in the paint, just a physical team. They dominated the interior in terms of rebounding.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Buckets. He's checked in for Mr. Fundamentals. He's perfect from the line this time. The Cavaliers trail by 4. The general passes to Jay. Now the feed to Thompson. Here's the general. Carr covering. Shot clock at 5. Pass to the Prodigy. Here's the general. That's short off the rim. Wizards leading by 4. Here's McLean. They set the pick. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And the double clutch layup in that situation, that's just him playing to the crowd, guys.
Washington shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Here's the general. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. There's the pass to the Prodigy. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Washington with the ball. It's a 5-point game. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
That's good. The Beasts got the lead up to 7 now for the Wizards.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection? Some numbers for Cool Hand. Good season for him last year. 1st in scoring, 1st in rebounding, and of course he established himself as the most prolific passer in the game last season, the league leader in assists.
Yeah, and that's what made him number 1 last year. You can't stop him, and you really can't contain him.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. The general passes to Jay. Pulls up. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. It's his first trip to the line.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. And he gets it to go. Bucket's got his second bucket of the game to go.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Over to the wing. Here's the prodigy. No good on the triple.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
Here is Carr. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Clock at 6. Washington needs to get a shot off here from deep. Cavaliers with the rebound. Here's the general. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Get ready to go, Wizard Girls!
Go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Blatt said to the team. He told them they should be dedicating themselves to hitting the offensive glass with everything they've got from now on, even if that means it takes them away from defensive transition. The second thing he talked about was working hard to get their shooters open. He wants them looking for those gaps on the perimeter and letting it fly whenever they find them. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Moving it up, here's Benjamin, and that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Wizards leading by 8. .110 left in the first half of basketball. Kicks it to Red. 5 to shoot. Off the screen. And Little General gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Mr. Fundamentals checked in for the Wizards. .58 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Burns. Turner passes to Burns. Here's the screen. Five on the clock. Three-pointer. but they recover it. Woods, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
Outside Turner. From deep three-point range, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that concludes the first half. It's the Wizards up 8. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. Some nice stretches of basketball from them. And at one point, they pushed the lead up to 7. And taking a look at the Wizards, Shaq, what'd you think?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. As a matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
And Kenny, what'd you see from Cleveland?
Well, right now, they're getting a little embarrassed on the defensive end. They got outshot in the first half. But that's because no one put their foot down on defense to stop it. So in the second half, they need to play much more disruptive defensively. They have to do whatever it takes.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
Get ready to go, Wizards!
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. And you know, Big Dog has been really making it happen, guys.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants. And in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Checking out the group for David Black to start the second half. The general is out there with Jay. Then it's Thompson. Then there's the prodigy. And it's Z at the 3. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball, following the bucket by the Wizards. Pass to Jay. The pass to the general. The screen from Thompson. Clock at 4. It's rebounded by Carr.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Here's McLean. No good. And Cleveland will come the other way. Out to the wing. Here's Jay. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Carr, no good. Snatched away. He shoots again. Kept alive. Tries yet again. And Thompson sends it back. Over to the left wing. They get a hand on it. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here.
And taking a look at some numbers for buckets. He's coming off an excellent season. First in scoring, first in rebounding, and of course, he established himself as the most prolific passer in the game last season, the league leader in assists.
Yeah, and that's what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him, and you really can't contain it.
The Cavaliers trail by 10. The general passes to Z. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Passes it to the general. Here's Jay. And another miss by Cleveland.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Thompson with the rebound.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Here's the general to the left wing. Here's Jay, and the lead is down inside single digits. Jay's got 6 points.
And they get one now. 1 of 5 here in the third.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rising Center, give it up for your Wizard Girls.
More success at the foul line last season than this group of players. Well, you look at Jay, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
And no doubt he finished the season right where he should have on that list. He was far and away the best free throw shooter in the league.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Clark sets a screen. No good there with the step-back Jay.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there. I'm sure he appreciates it. Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebound.
You know what? That rebound has always been a critical element of the game, and that's why they are now understanding how to win.
And the Wizards making a change here. Reds checked in. Thunder's checked in for Cleveland. The Wizards shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
The Prodigy passes to Z. Here's Thunder. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to the general. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
The pass to Jay. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's the general. Count the bucket. Here is Carr. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Washington making some changes. Skinny is checked in for D, and it's Little General in for the Beast. So it's the Cavaliers now. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Turner passes to Burns. It's stolen. Inside, here's Carr, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
And he gets it to go. Skinny's got the lead up to 11 now for the Wizards.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Turner. Jay, the pass to Burns. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Thunder's got his first bucket of the night. 52 seconds left here in the third quarter. Passes it to Carr. To the right side. 6 on the shot clock. Here's McLean. Again, the Wizards score.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2.
Pass to Z. On the wing, Turner. And the pass to Z. Out to the wing. Jay, the pass to Woods. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
The Cavaliers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
And the second free throw, good. Eight seconds left to play in the third. Red with the ball. With 1 on the clock and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Wizards lead by 10. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Wizards leading by 10. Little general out there with the beast. It's Mr. Fundamentals. Then it's D, and it's Benjamin in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Pass to Fitzgerald. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
Fitzgerald. Shooting 1.
On the free throw, no good. D passes to Little General. Plays it up and banks it in. Little General's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Wizards. The screen from Thompson. Z the pass to Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to the General. Releases from 15. That's good.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
Washington leading now by 10. And there's the pass to the Beast. To the inside. Here's Fitzgerald. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Dishes it to Thompson. From 13, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. Jay's checked in for Cleveland.
Jay. Timeout, Cleveland. Ladies and gentlemen, Verizon Center, give it up for your Wizard Girls.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Blatt said to the team. He was definitely not pleased. He said, you guys look lethargic out there, and told them they've got to increase their activity level. He ended the huddle by saying, this is not going to get the job done. I want to see who's going to step up.
And another miss by Cleveland. Wizards leading by 12. Here's Carr. Finished off the break.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And the Cavaliers with possession here. Here's the prodigy. The three-pointer, no good.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. To the paint. That's tipped. Stolen by Thompson.
That was clearly a forced pass. There was no room for him to make it.
Here's the General. Carr covering. Can't get it to fall.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Here's McLean. Good D by Thompson.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Carr, the pass to Buckets. Passes it to the Beast. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Buckets. Down low. Here's Fitzgerald. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for your Wizards, Fitzgerald. Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And so he makes both from the line.
He's really giving them fits. They just can't find an answer. Fundamentals. He's got 8 points, and he's created a lot of chances for his teammates also.
And Clark, some of those assists that he's gotten today have been just electric.
To the wing on the left. Here's the prodigy. Takes a shot at the elbow. Rebound, Washington. D's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Here's Z. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Mr. Fundamentals. They can take their time on this possession.
You know, guys, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, gives themselves a little break, too.
Catch their breath. You're right.
Ladies and gentlemen, rise and center, give it up for your Wizard Girls.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Randy Whitman was just going over the plan with his team. He went over the offensive plan and that it hinges on running through buckets. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Gentlemen, some late-game adjustments that could prove crucial in the game's closing moments. Kevin, over to you.
And thanks for that story, Doris. The Cavaliers trail by 16.
Get ready for your Wizard Girls.
Now the pass to the general. Here's the prodigy. Tries from 10. Good.
The prodigy.
1:57 left to play in the final quarter. Wizards leading by 14. D. He's covered by Thompson.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take-no-chance slam by the big fella.
The screen from Thompson. Out left to the wing. Plenty of space. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Wizards have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Wizards.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
They knocked down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
No surprise here, just a big-time performance for buckets. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Here is Carr. Passes it to Buckets. Lets the three fly. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
The general passes to Jay. Pass to the prodigy. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. That drops.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And this broadcast has not ended just yet, as we've got the award-winning Ernie Johnson standing by here for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan Player of the Game? He delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon, as we've seen him have this sort of terrific night many times.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
He had a very nice night from the field tonight, shooting over 50%. That smooth, soft touch was working for him tonight. No matter how tight the D played him, he was still shooting it right in their face.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.